The first thing you need to do is simplify each radical separately. So the square root of 20, you want to divide by the largest number, this number. So 20 divided by 4 is the largest number. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So that number that you get after you divide goes under the radical. And we had a y there too. That stays under the radical. And then since we divided by 4, the number out front stays out front. So 2. And then the square root of 45, might as well put the y here. Okay, you can divide by 9. Remember, you've got to get the biggest one that works. 45 divided by 9 is 5. So whatever you get after you divide goes in the radical, and we also had a y there. Since we divided by 9, you've got a 3 out front, so that stays out front. And then you had a plus sign between these. Now all you tell me is how many square roots of 5y you have. So once you simplify the radical, you leave it alone and just deal with the coefficients, the numbers outside. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 square roots of 5y. Oops, moving the wrong thing there. Okay, we'll just leave it because it won't let me move it. Okay, square root of 50 x. Okay, you can divide by 25. 50 divided by 25 is 2. And the answer that you get when you divide goes under the radical, and there's also an x there. Since I used 25, the 5 out front stays out front. Okay. And we had a square root of 8x. 8 can be divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So the answer you get after you divide goes underneath the radical, and we had an x with it as well. And then since we used 4, the 2 out front stays out front. And then we had a minus between them. So now we just total up how many square roots of 2x's that we have. 5 take away 2 is 3. Okay, 12 square root of 12w. We can do 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3, so the 3 goes under the radical, and we have a w as well. Since you divided by 4, square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so then square root of 27w. We can divide by 9. 27 divided by 9 is 3. So that goes under the radical with the w. Square root of 9 is 3. And we had a plus sign between them. So the square root of 3w, 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 square roots of 3w. And this next one, square root of 63x. We can divide by 9. 63 divided by 9 is 7. So the answer you get goes underneath along with the x that's there. And then the square root of 9 is 3. Okay, 28x. We can divide by 4. 28 divided by 4 is 7. So that goes under the radical along with the x, and the square root of 4 is 2. And then we subtract those. So 3 take away 2 is 1. But since there's radicals, you don't need the 1. So you can just call this the square root of 7x.